Have you worked with Ron?
No, but I've hung out with Ron a couple times.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I did like I was on. Ron did a guest spot on a show that I did in Denver, but not truly like build with him or working with him. I used to do something wild for Ron White. I've never talked about this on a podcast, so this is great. His head writer Chris Voth lives in Denver, and Chris is a West Coast guy. He grew up in what is it, Chica, California, Chica, something like that. Mm-hmm. But anyways, he's a great writer. Voth is, but he was writing for Ron, and Ron was like, "You've got this West Coast writing style." He goes, "I need to see this in my voice or with somebody that's similar to me." And so they hired me to run Voth's jokes at Comedy Works, and they would send them to Ron as a test to see if Ron liked them. And then Ron would try them out. And I did that for like a year.
What?
Where I would get up on stage and I would do these jokes in, my regular voice. I mean, one time Ron came back and went, "Hey, man, tell that guy to slow down." He goes, "I'm from Texas, man. He goes, we all talk like we're on Benadryl." He goes, "This guy sounds like he's selling a car." And so I did that for like a year, but I couldn't stand it, Joel, for the simple fact that sometimes I would go up in front of other people and bomb with unworked material, and my pride couldn't handle it. I quit that job in the middle of a set at Comedy Works. I was in the middle of telling a joke, and also, let's keep it real. Ron, I love Ron. Ron's dirty, and you forget that because of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Right.
And I'm sure some of y'all have learned, like even as a big Ron fan, you'll get deep into his catalog, and you'll go, "He's the dirtiest comic I've ever heard." Mm-hmm. I mean, wild, but it was a real dirty joke, and I was doing it at Comedy Works, and I hated it. And in the middle of the joke, I go, "This isn't my material, and I'm not doing it anymore." I go, "I'm gonna do my stuff." And I got up there and I finished the set with like 2 or 3 of my jokes. When I got off stage, Voth was like, "Well, I guess you don't want to do this anymore." And so that was a time a unique experience for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did the Comedy Works know that you were doing this?
No, but they didn't care. This was Tuesday night, New Talent Night, which is like a really like kind of similar to an open mic, but a little bit more professionally ran, if you will. Uh-huh. And I can get up there and do whatever 5 to 7 that I want for the most part. And sometimes the jokes were great. Voth's a great writer, but sometimes it was real experimental and it was real tough, man. I mean, nobody wants to get up there. I don't mind not bombing. I don't mind bombing sometimes, but let it be my stuff.
Right, yeah.
So yeah,
you're getting paid to bomb though.
I was getting paid to bomb, which was wild too. And back then I was a sucker for any money.
Of course.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, that was a really unique experience.
Does Larry have a writer too?
I don't know, and I know that those guys like Ron will write for himself a good bit, but when you're constantly turning over an hour,
exactly,
they'll bring guys on board and kind of help them write, punch up stuff, because Ron's gonna take, Ron is gonna take and change and make everything his own. He just needs to see that it has some legs. Mm-hmm. But I think Larry has had a writer before in his life, but when I was out on the road with him, Larry was writing all his own stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know he's just like joke. So that's a lot of output.
That is.
For just set up, punch. It's like, that's a lot of, pin work to really get all that out.
For sure. And Ron's mastered his delivery to where Ron could tell a bad joke really well. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit different of a style because Ron's a great writer, but his pause should be in the Hall of Fame. Just the pause before it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but some comics have that pause where they can stop for a second, and then when they start again, it just yeah.
That's what he used to. I think he lives in the Atlanta area, and he would pop around and do some shows. And I was talking to him one time after it was like an open mic, and he said. Because I was talking to him about his pacing. I mean, he would never remember this. This was but he was talking. I was asking about his pacing, and he's like, slow down, and when you think you're going too slow, slow down even more. That was his advice. And I
That
was
sounds like a good advice for you, Ron.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
As he's stoned, he's like, you got to slow down, man.
Even slower. He goes, I'll tell you what works. Don't say anything.
Right. But it's also kind of like how you can put material through your identity.
That's right.
You can kind of almost Stroupify it.
That's right.
I've heard Chris Rock will do that as well. He'll work out material like monotone and then Chris Rockify it, but he wants to know just delivering it monotone that it'll still hit.
Yeah, that's like I've heard that too, and I think that's kind of a famous thing he does because he goes, well, if this joke can work without any sauce, then when I add some to it, it's going to take off. Yeah, that makes sense to me.